Okay, welcome to this tutorial for the Physics Stage 2 lab course. This is the electronics lab, and what we're going to be doing is how to use LabVIEW and some of the LabVIEW basics. So let's get started. So start LabVIEW from your computers. So I'll wait for a second while things start up. And after a few seconds, you should be able to see something like this. Now, create a new VI, so that'll be there on the top left. You can either just click the file new VI or do Control N. Now two windows will pop up. One of them is the front panel. This is where you will place all your variables and the buttons and so on. And this is the block diagram where you do the actual programming. So what we're gonna do now is go quickly through the different data types that you can use. So highlight the front panel, right click anywhere on the grid, and you will see a palette popping up with the different variable types. So you can have numeric variables, Boolean variables, this means true or false, and string or path variables. Also you can put graph indicators, arrays, and so on. So let's get started with the simplest thing. So let's place a numeric control. This is a simple number. So just left click that and place it on the block on the front panel. Now let's go ahead and place all kinds of different variables. Why don't we put a pointer slide? So let's just place that there. Let's place a button, or a vertical slide, so that will be a true or false variable. And let's go ahead and place a string. So these are the basic data types. So you've got a numeric variable, as this is simply it's another way of visualizing a numeric variable, a true or false variable, and a string. So just to recap, right click on the front panel and just select any of the variables in this menu. Okay, so these are called controls. That means that this is where you put your inputs. Okay, so if you want to read the outputs of a certain variable, you need to use what's called an indicator. So the simplest way to generate an indicator of the same data type, and that looks exactly the same as your front panel control, is to go to the block diagram, select whichever variable you want to change. So let's go for the you want to create an indicator for. So let's left click on the numeric variable. Now right click it, go to create, and go to indicator. So I'm gonna type that down so you can remember that. So you can add nodes to any block diagram by double clicking on it. So let's just type here what we just done. Right click on variable, create indicator. So this will be the simplest way of generating an indicator of a data type. So let's do the same. Do this for all of them. So create indicator. Do that also for the true or false button, and also for the string. All right, great. Now let's quickly go back to the front panel. So whenever I change now any of these variables, which I've just done now, I'm simply putting in random numbers. You'll see that all the variables will have appeared up here. So let's just simply put them side by side. And as soon as I run this program, by the way, to run a program, just click the run button up here. So just click it for a second, and you see that all the variables have changed now. And it will read whatever I input here. So just change things again a bit, and you'll see that this is how you pass variables around. Okay, so